promises to be an epic top of the table clash. Watford, the surprise of the season, take on another surprise of the season in Manchester United under Gregg Popovich next. Well, it's safe to say these two have had probably surprising seasons nonetheless. Watford just for where they are, and Manchester United for where they are compared to what their board actually stated at the beginning of the season. It has sure been a very surprising year for both clubs, but Watford, it's a fairy tale story. For Gregg Popovich and Manchester United, it's one of surprise, but they both earned their way to their positions and their stories they're featuring today. And it would make Sir John proud, no doubt about that. Well, Manchester United do have an opportunity here to go 6 points clear over Watford at the end of the night, and considering their form, you wouldn't have bet against them doing that today. And they've actually recalled most of their full strength side players, as Gregg Popovich's era of rotation is really working. Gomez will start in goal for Watford. It's Yamat with Kalabse, Verjao, or Venjao I think, Kabul and Hadjas. It's Childlove with Bencore, Williams is with Gray, and Paddy up front. For Gregg Popovich, and David Hare drops out of the squad. Romero starts in goal today. Smalling is with Jones and Bailly, as you'd probably expect. Zaha is with Henwood, Pogba, Herrera and Young will make a return to the side. Martial and Rashford, of course, up front as the ultimate strike force in the Premier League right now. And as we said, David Hare dropping out of the squad with Piera on the bench. You have to wonder if there's some kind of thing to that, considering David De Gea's inability to clean sheets this season on a consistent basis. Gregg Popovich's younger keepers have been doing the business. Be a real statement of intent. If Gregg can just get through December in a challenging position, who's to say he can't win the league? As Aaron Henwood cuts down his man already. And it's unlike him, he's going to go into the book here. Well, Aaron Henwood is not one for bookings. But again, just like earlier when he conceded a penalty. And well, there seems to be an air of unusualness from Aaron Henwood recently. He gave away a penalty quite early on, and not to say Aaron Henwood hasn't been booked in his career, he has, but it's a bit too soon to be getting really as fired up as he is. I guess it was his intention to get the ball, and I don't think Aaron Henwood has been sent off his career. I think there was like once or twice when he was. We all remember that epic sending off where he threw his shirt in the flag and just left it under Alex Ferguson. He got a real nailing from Sir Alex Ferguson after that. He wasn't threatened with a transfer, but it's fair to say that Henwood did not really take too kindly to the fans. I think it was in one of his really early games. He kind of flipped out a little bit and threw his shirt away. And it was a wonder where he played for United again, but he did, and he's won the fans over since. Ferguson did really give him a dressing down, and it looked like he took that to heart, because since then, Henwood has been a lot more collected in his emotions. But he is a very emotional guy still, and he really cares about this place. I think that's one of the things Ferguson said to him. He said, "I love that you care about the place and you're angry for being sent off, but don't do that. You're not going to win the fans by throwing your shirt into the flag and just leaving it there." And it's fair to say it was a bit of a frosty reception from Aaron Henwood for some time after, but he had the ability and the wherewithal to win the fans over, and he really has. And here's Martial, Pogba already. It is a battle at the top here. Watford losing ground a little bit to United in their dominant era of form at the moment. Marcus Rashford is a goal. And it's no surprise. It's Marcus Rashford yet again for Manchester United. He just cannot stop scoring. That's his 11th of the season already. We could be really looking at a very high tally for Marcus Rashford. And Manchester United, no matter who the opponents are, they're absolutely stunning. And that is just a stunning goal from Marcus Rashford yet again. And Julio Gomez cannot do anything about that, because Marcus Rashford is just sensational at the moment. And I believe that's his 11th for the season. It certainly is. And, well, how many can he get now will be the question for Marcus Rashford. And will Lukaku get back into the side? I mean, he didn't score against West Brom, but he did assist like the majority of goals Lingard got in that matchup. Majestic back heel was one of them. Zaha into the box again. Rashford throwing himself in front of the ball, trying to get there. It's a very strange story at Manchester United because David De Gea is not keeping clean sheets. It's Piera and Romero that are getting them. And David De Gea didn't even make the team this evening, so it is a strange one. Is Gregg Popovich resting him, or is there more to it? Marcus Rashford has scored again. It's Martial, my apologies, but even still, it's the same result. Anthony Martial, second goal for United, and Rashford and Martial are once again the most deadly strike partners in the Premier League at the moment. Rashford picking up Martial here. Martial kind of gets the ball back after a nick from the Watford man, trying to get the ball, and just nothing anybody can do against these two. Martial doing brilliantly to get the shot before the player reached out to get the ball. And it's another goal for United. And another goal for Anthony Martial. And another, what looks to be, dominating performance. 4 goals for Martial, unbelievably. You'd think it was more, but it's just all round in all competitions that Martial is just absolutely on a roll at the moment, as is Rashford. And most deadly strike partners in the Premier League are doing it again to Watford, who are genuine title contenders right now. It's Manchester United who seem to be going 6 points clear as the Christmas period continues. United 0 2, Watford 0. It could be 3-0 here. No, it's still 2. I think it's fair to say, though, it will be 3 at some point, the way Manchester United are playing at the moment. Oh, and Aaron Hill does a sliding tackle. And is he going off? He might be. And yes, he is. Aaron Hill is going off. And what has happened there? Oh my, Aaron Hill has gone off. Well, maybe it was a bad omen to talk about it. It's the right decision. Manchester United down to 10 men, and it's their talisman Aaron Hill who has gone off with a red card. Well, we were talking about how rare it is. Maybe we shouldn't have said anything. Because Aaron Hill is off. United down to 10 men, and it's their vice captain that's gone. Well, what a story. And it might loom over his head for a while. But unlike when he was first sent off, he's just gone. He's just admitted it this time. That's a testament to Aaron Hillwood's change in character. But he's had a rough day, and he will do. But his tackles weren't really in compliant with the rules, that's for sure. Sliding challenge to get the ball. And, well, I think he's deservedly gone, to be honest. And I don't think it'll affect him too much, but he has had a poor day. Oh my goodness me, Romero is fouled. And it's a free kick to Manchester United because Romero is fouled. And now the Watford players have to get out of the box. I'll have to wait and see. It does open the door though for Watford. They do have a chance. There is another half of football to play. Marcus Rashford and Martial have given Manchester United a 2-0 lead, but their vice-captain Aaron Hill has been sent off. And we'll have to wait and see how that works out. It's going to be interesting. But at the break, Watford are 2 down, but Manchester United are a man down. Turns into a 3-2-4 now, or 3-4-2 rather. Next for Manchester United will be former champions Leicester City, who are having a real tough time recently in terms of management, but they are in the top 6. According to last time out's table, good save by Romero. Gomez has had a good second half, to be fair. And here's Gray. Oh, and saved by Romero, point blank. Sergio Romero, fantastic save. And headed away by Herrera. And United come forward with Pogba And Rashford has kept running and Pogba has found him. Marcus Rashford spins, shoots, and saved by Gomez. And Martial plays it back to Zaha. And Gomez with a great save. Fantastic goalkeeping from both sides. Zaha, brilliant strike. Straight at the keeper, but he still had to make it. But Sergio Romero, point blank save with Gray in front of him. Nothing more he could have done, but he saved it. And Sergio Romero, who's to say he won't become a regular keeper at United probably sooner rather than later, because he's going to keep another clean sheet for his team against one of the challengers in the league this season. Chris Smalling is doing brilliantly here. But Sergio Romero, anyway, probably would have kept them out. Martial plays in Rashford here. Rashford has some space to run into. The Watford players are laying off him. And here is Zardes. Oh, and Zardes has gone down. There's no penalty given by the referee. He blows for full time instead. Oh, that's a clear penalty, but never mind. Manchester United win again. They win again against their closest challengers. They are 6 points clear at the top of the table. And the title is looking a big possibility for Gregg Popovich now. And it seems that no matter what happens, Marcus Rashford and Martial score again. And what a story here. Are Manchester United on for a 21st title against the odds? Because right now, they're looking like champions. They've beaten the closest contenders and go 6 points clear. And they lost a man. Aaron Hill with the vice captain sent off in the first half. United held on brilliantly. And Sergio Romero with a great last ditch save at the end from the man that was right in front of it. And does David De Gea's spot in this Manchester United story look threatened as well? So many stories that the rest of the season will unfold. And we're finding more. The latest is that is David De Gea under threat? Because he's found it very difficult to keep clean sheets this season. That is a definite red card from Aaron Henwood, unfortunately. He accepted it and walked off. The first challenge was probably a little unlucky, but it was the correct decision to do so. And stories for Manchester United. But one confirmed that what they will love is that... Oh, let's skin the bar. Is that they are 6 points clear at the top. And they may just pull off the impossible. Watford 0, United 2. In the other matches today, Brighton and Crystal Palace got a 1-1 draw. Arsenal, despite continuing against Southampton, finally grab a much needed 3 points. That's obviously coinciding with Watford losing to United today. So as we said, Manchester United now 6 points clear of Watford at the top. And if Gregg Popovich can keep some sort of distance through this period, who's to say United can't win the whole thing? Southampton in third, a point behind, with Spurs as well, a further point back. Everton dropping out of the... No, they weren't dropping out of the top four, they were already fifth. Leicester in sixth, going ahead of their game at Manchester United, which is next. Manchester City in seventh with Chelsea eighth. It's pretty much the same table as we left last time out. Huddersfield have dropped out of the top 10 now. Arsenal climbed to 12th from 15th with their much needed 3 points today. And the relegation zone is the same as it has been for a couple of games now. Newcastle, Crystal Palace and Bournemouth, who actually have won recently. So Bournemouth finally get another win and close the gap to safety by just a little bit less. They're down by 7 now. Welcome to the King Power Stadium this evening. It's another match, and these are coming thick and fast with the Christmas period. Now Gregg Popovich has Leicester City to try and negotiate. And, well, Manchester United, what can you say? Unbeaten in the league since Everton a couple of months ago now. They've been unbeaten for quite some time in the league. And they're now 6 points clear at the top of the table. Leicester seem to be hitting a real resurgent patch, going back in amongst the traditional top 6 with Arsenal really struggling and Manchester City being hit or miss as well. Well, Manchester United goals and more goals, and the best away record in the league, earning just losing just the once, which I believe was at the St Mary's Stadium, one of their only 2 losses all season, and 3 overall if you count the one against Benfica as well. Gregg Popovich is doing all the right things. Leicester's team today, Kasper Schmeichel in goal. And the defence is DeMarcus with Morgan, Dragovic and Fuchs as traditional, I guess. Raheem Mahrez is with Claude Fury, Ndidi and Gray. Up front, it's Musa, and he is behind, of course, the main man, Jamie Vardy. Kanachi and Inacho making the bench, former Manchester City man. For Manchester United, Sergio Romero plays in goal again. And he's with Valencia, Tuanzebe, Rojo and Dimitri Mitchell in front of him. It's a midfield three today with Gomez, Blind and McTominay. He's taken the wing play away. And he's decided to put Lukaku and Zardes straight behind Zlatan Ibrahimovic, taking away wingers' play. David De Gea only making the bench, as opposed to not even making the team last time out, but he still doesn't get the start. Maybe there's a story brewing there. Well, Manchester United, the one forced change they had was the suspension of Aaron Henwood. It is only for this game, so he will be back in the future. Off the post by Gray and Romero. Would you have got there? Let's have a look at the replay. It's a greatly whipped cross by, I believe it's Vardy. Romero in no man's land, and Blim probably not there either. And Dimitri Gray is very unlucky not to score there. Here come United again, and Tuanzebe is running with it. And no one at Leicester's picked him up at all. Zardes. Mahrez. He was going to go to either Napoli or Arsenal. He went to neither. Jamie Vardy! And no surprise, he's nailed it this time. Jamie Vardy has scored. And Leicester have a surprise lead. It has been really against the run of play. And finally, Sergio Romero has conceded a goal. It's wonderfully worked here from Leicester. And great timing from Jamie Vardy, and he doesn't miss from there. Beautiful strike. Sergio Romero probably should have saved it. But that is the prowess of Jamie Vardy. He's put Leicester in front. And Manchester United, who have not lost for a couple of months, find themselves behind. But Gregg Popovich has certainly had the comeback factor. But right now, Leicester have the lead. Jamie Vardy scores. Leicester 1. United 0 as half-time approaches. And that is the half-time whistle. Well, Manchester United, who have been cruising these last few games, now find themselves behind. But we all know what Gregg Popovich can do when his team is behind. He's had to shuffle the deck a lot tonight. I think it does prove. And Leicester have been able to hit them with a sucker punch there. But Gregg Popovich still has the second half to negotiate. And we all know that he can make things happen. Leicester 1, United 0 at the break. With the goal kick. Ndidi. Oh, Jamie Vardy. He's left it for Musa. Oh, he's on Musa's off the post. Oh, wonderfully done by Leicester City. Spectacular play for Jamie Vardy. He left it for Musa. And hit the post. And now Zlatan. Oh, what a save from Schmeichel. Zlatan Ibrahimovic. He can still hit it with the best of them, can't he? And Valencia's been dispossessed. Now Leicester can go on a break here with Musa. And now here's Vardy. And Marcus Rojo has missed the tackle. And so is Tuanzebe. Jamie Vardy. And that was a brilliant counter-attack there. Jamie Vardy was able to skim past everybody. Not able to get the shot on target. It's unfortunate. Gomez, Zardes, Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Oh, that's a foul, surely. And it is. And what's the referee going to do about the Leicester captain here? He's going to talk to him. No foul given, no card given, I don't think. Makes Aaron Henwood's yellow card a bit harsh because that to me is a yellow card offence. If that's not a yellow card offence, then why was Aaron Henwood sent off against West Brom? That does raise a question, doesn't it? Well, whatever the case, the referee has played on. It's a free kick. And Zlatan Ibrahimovic, who will take it. And we have no doubt that Zlatan can hit them from this distance. Oh, he's put it over the bar though, unfortunately. Well, no Paul Pogba tonight, so Zlatan had free kick duties. And it is a long way over the bar, sadly. I think Gregg will be rather disappointed with the fact that the Leicester captain wasn't at least booked, because Aaron Henwood was sent off for that when he got the ball. But I think maybe momentum took Aaron Henwood to the player. Oh, Dimitri Gray has nicked the ball off Valencia, but Onzebe was there to deal with it. Well, this could be crucial. Leicester not only facing Manchester United tabletoppers, they're facing second place next in terms of Watford into the box, and they could be doing Watford a favour here, because they're obviously going to take the 3 points so far. Oh, what a shot by I'm not sure who that was. The name came up really quickly before I could read it. It's a great strike, but it's a better save by Romero. Look at this. Another stunning save by Romero. It's unfortunate that he's conceded, really. Mahrez at the corner. Out comes Romero. And there is Gray. And there is Jamie Vardy. Picked out by Valencia. Zlatan goes down. The referee gives the free kick. And the striker's gone off the post. Next for Manchester United will be to face Sean Dyche's Burnley team on Boxing Day. Cutting down of players there by the Leicester man, but he's got away with that one. Daley Blind going to poke it in towards Zlatan. He's put it in. Zlatan Ibrahimovic has scored for United on the hour mark at their draw level. And Zlatan takes another dive. Zardes and Blind. Beautiful, beautiful passing, and Zlatan's movement was sensational. It was almost telepathic how that worked. Zlatan Ibrahimovic still able to deliver the goals when he's needed. Gregg Popovich's team have drawn level. They are not dropping points against Leicester at the moment. Zlatan Ibrahimovic with another league goal, 3 for the season so far, and let's not forget, he was probably never going to play again after suffering the ligament damage in the Europa League. But he's come back and he's already had 3 goals since. And Zlatan Ibrahimovic has done it again. Leicester 1, United 1. Cracking game here. Zardes tries to nick it there, and United playing really well. And Mahrez has sprinted ahead. Look at the gaps in the United defence down the wing here. No wing play means free space for Mahrez. Mahrez has whipped it in towards somebody. And I think it was a save by Romero. Let's have a look at this. The ball's whipped in. It does. Oh, I think Romero. I think he just... Oh, good save by Romero again. It's a save by Romero. Wonderfully whipped in ball by Mahrez. It was such pace. And Romero had very little time to react to the rest. But he did. And he got it away out for a corner. Sergio Romero is really staking a case, isn't he? He really is. He's kept David De Gea on the bench this evening. Offside against Riyad Mahrez. And that is the end of the game. And a cracking game here today. And Manchester United keep the points rolling in. Zlatan Ibrahimovic had made Gregg Popovich come from behind again to equalise, but that was really the end of the game in terms of goals after that. It's another point to tack onto Gregg Popovich. He's still unbeaten since the loss at Everton, and Southampton in the league, still with those only 2 losses since. It's a well fought draw here for Gregg Popovich, probably the best he could have hoped for, because obviously he's coming up against the prolific strike force in Jamie Vardy, but Romero was sensational after that, and Zlatan was able to draw up the equaliser. Gregg Popovich is still unbeaten now. It was a close one, but Manchester United, as they do, came back to salvage a result. Leicester 1, United 1. The points keep on coming for United. So seeing as that was the only game coinciding with today, we'll pick up on some games around the grounds since that point. So since then, well before then actually, we had Chelsea beating Swansea City by 3 goals to 1. Arsenal lost to Liverpool by 2 goals to 1, as Arsene Wenger seems to have endured more misery after a looking positive step earlier on. Brighton beat Watford by 2 goals to 1, which is crucial in the title chase. It does give Manchester United a 7-point lead over them now. But that came redundant when Spurs actually beat Burnley by 2 goals to 1. Further down, Chelsea lose again as Antonio Conte has more misery put on him. He lost by 2 goals to 1 against Everton. Manchester City actually gained some momentum as they beat Bournemouth by 2 goals to 1. Southampton and Huddersfield was 1-1. Stoke City and West Brom were 0-0. Swansea City lost to Palace by 2 goals to 1, and finally West Ham beat Newcastle by 2-0. So after all those results came in, this is what the table looks like. It's still a 6-point lead for Manchester United. That's only because of Tottenham's win that we just explained, but it's still a 6-point lead at the top for United. Watford dropped to third. That's the first time they've dropped down in a while. Southampton still in the top 4, and Everton still ahead of a climbing Manchester City. The traditional top 6 is all over the place. We have City in 6th, we have Chelsea in 8th, we have Liverpool in 9th, we have Arsenal in 13th. Brighton and Huddersfield are benefiting from that for being 20th and 12th respectively. Stoke split them. Swansea 14th, West Brom in 15th, West Ham 16th under David Moyes 17th. Palace, as they climbed out of the relegation zone. As Burnley go into the for the first time this season, they have Manchester United coming up, and Newcastle are still down there, and Bournemouth now on 11 points and still 9 from absolute safety.